Hello, colleagues, and welcome back. We are now on on part 4 of the videos for the PMT Module 2. And now in this part, we deal with the assignment. So as you can pick up, we are at the business end. Just a few pointers before we get into the assignment. Just in order to assist you to avoid making mistakes that recur every year and every intake, but by some of our colleagues. Now, I've seen scripts in this module of people who achieve 100% and put with absolute dedication. And then there are those who unfortunately fail. And those that failed usually make the same errors. First of all, on reading the assignment scripts, you can tell when somebody just decided at the very last minute that they'll try and scramble something together and submit it in a hope that they will pass. Unfortunately, they fail. We've had, as I mentioned in the previous video, we've had people who try to use AI to draft their assignments. I've seen assignments that are written by hand on one of those notebooks that you get in a hotel, and the people send it. Those have sent those in. In 2024, in one instance, one of the delegates just took a judgment, an SCA judgment, as it was and sent it off to us. Those people, as you know, it would be obvious that they failed. The point is that the difference between those who do very well and those who do very badly is that those who do very well have put in the effort. Those who do very badly have not. I understand that you may all be busy with your practices and your day-to-day work, but if you've registered for this course, please put in the relevant effort. It's a requirement of laws, both in terms of the Legal Practice Act and the rules, that certain categories of practitioners need to complete this course. There are people who are doing this course because they were ordered by a court. Others were requested by the Legal Practice Council. So please put in the effort. It will assist you not just with getting a certificate for your PMT, but it will also assist you in running your practice and making your practice better. So take that into account. Make the sacrifice of the time and do the assignment and do it properly. Start working on it timelessly. As I've mentioned in the first video, do not communicate with me directly. Please, colleagues. Communicate with me via the eLeader platform. Do not want to write to me at 1 hour before the assignment is due and tell me that you cannot log onto the eLeader platform, you cannot upload things, or there was load shedding, or for any other reason. Colleagues, with respect, those sometimes sound like kindergarten excuses. Also, only communicate with me on the eLeader platform regarding the content of the course. Please don't post questions to me regarding that you didn't receive material, or you don't know where to find the material that was sent to you by lead, or you cannot find your assignment pack. To ask me when assignments are due, I simply do not know those things. And about marks for this, not reflecting for your daily quizzes, those are all matters that must be addressed to lead and not to plagiarism is a huge problem. What people do is that they just take material from elsewhere, whether it's from the manual, whether it's from the presentation or any other source, and just put it in without properly acknowledging it. If at this stage of your career you don't know how to acknowledge a source, I think it's a problem. These are things that we are taught in our first years at university. If you've ever drafted any legal document in the course of your practice, you'll know how to acknowledge sources. You'd never draft a legal opinion for a client and then or even for somebody else in the firm, and then pass off other people's work as your own. So please don't do it. It's dishonest and goes against the ethical rules of the profession. I've been one of the proponents that those people who engage in plagiarism or any other form of dishonesty must be reported to the LPC. We've also had in previous years candidates submitting identical assignments. That's another level of dishonesty. So please do that, and please do not ask me about what methods, the reference methods must be used. You are free to use whatever method suits you, as long as you acknowledge the sources. You can use the Harvard method. You can use the South African Law Journal, the method of referencing, if you want to. That's prescribed by JUTA, and that is, it's entirely up to you. The point is that sources must be acknowledged. And guesswork will never get you through this assignment. The same as people that take a shotgun approach, just write out a whole lot of stuff, hoping that something will stick. This shotgun approaches won't get it to you. At this stage of your career, you are a lawyer, you are an admitted attorney or advocate. You should be able to identify the crisp legal issues in any set of facts or any question and address those. In fact, if you really want to impress the markers, write to show them, write like you would in a legal opinion. Write to show the markers that you understand the crisp legal issues, that you understand the risk management, insurance, and liability issues in the questions. If you quote any specific clause of the Lpiif policy is relevant, quote the specific clause. Don't just say the Lpiif policy. And then also explain why you think it's relevant. It's the same with the Legal Practice Act. As I've said before, it's one piece of legislation that governs our profession as attorneys. Please quote specific sections of the Legal Practice Act or any other legislation when necessary, and quote the relevant rules and the relevant provisions of conduct. As I've said previously and also written in the manual, if 11 years after the Legal Practice Act came into law, you still quote the Attorneys Act. That should be a red flag for yourself, with respect. That as anybody that's still going to quote repealed legislation at this stage, it's a problem. In previous years, I've asked people, said that our constitution was passed in 1997. Do you go and quote the 1961 constitution if you are faced with a constitutional question? Colleagues, I think you can all see the ridiculousness of that. Watch all 4 videos. Read the manual. If you take the policy away, as I've said, the manual is a length of an average SCA judgment. You just need to read one judgment effectively in all this time that you have to do the course. Watch all 4 videos and read what is posted on the e-leader platform, because it will help you to get through the assignment and your daily quizzes. Read the questions carefully, and please work alone, not in groups. As I've said, we've picked up when people have submitted identical assignments. Write well-reasoned answers and cite the relevant authorities. Don't merely copy and paste. If something in the presentation, for example, is relevant to your answer, say that you took it from the presentation that was drafted in this course. If something is from the manual, say that. If it's from any other source, say it. And at this stage, I cannot assist, unfortunately, with people who don't know how to cite cases. In order to give everybody a fair chance, you'll note that a lot of the citations that I've used have been Safely citations, because in that way they're easily available on the internet. Because we've had some colleagues in previous intakes have said that they do not have access to law reports, whether it's electronically or physically. I understand that, and that's why I use the Safely the references. If you don't know how to find Safely at this stage, it's a problem. Please ask one of your colleagues to help you. It's a free service that's available to the profession. You just need a connection to the internet. So copying and pasting is out. I've mentioned referring to the Lpiif policies and looking out for the risk management and insurance issues and the liability issues, and citing, referring to case law statutes to other authorities. And that is extremely important, but read everything. And please also read what is stated here on slide 40, so that that can also assist you in your assignment, so you don't make the same mistakes that have been made by our colleagues in the previous intakes. This is an intense subject. For a lot of people, it's really new. So approach it with the necessary vigor that you would approach something that's new to you. And as I've said, I'll answer questions that are posted on the forum for 2 afternoon, but don't wait until then to post your questions. You can post them at any time. And before you post your questions, please read the previous comments, so that we don't have repetitions of answers, because that has happened a lot of times previously, where people just repeat questions that have been asked before. And I hope that the practical insights you get from managing a law firm will be applied in your own practices. And if I'd also hope that you've learned something that you could take away and put in apply in your own firm. There are those colleagues who say to me that they don't understand why they have to do this because they are joining established practices. Number one is when you become a partner or director in a firm, your responsibilities are the same as everyone else. You can't just be a passenger and hope that you can hide behind them if something goes wrong. If you look at the decision in the SCA that I referred to in the article I wrote in June 2024, that was one of the arguments that the parties tried to raise, that they weren't involved in the management. That didn't fly at the SCA, so remember that. Also, there are no guarantees that you'll stay in a larger firm forever. Life changes, you may decide to go off on your own. You may become the senior partner or managing partner where you'll be responsible for this. And then just a last point, and I say this every year. I hope that after all, doing this course will inspire some of you to get involved in the liability insurance work. It's interesting. It's you really learn a lot about liability issues, and there are a lot of opportunities for people. Litigation is an obvious example. Whether you're starting a practice and you want to go and litigate for insurers, or you want to litigate against parties, that's an opportunity. If you want to go the compliance route, or even to do commercial work for insurers, if drafting is your area of interest, their insurance policies constantly have to be updated as the world changes. And one of the many pressing issues for liability insurers at the moment, particularly liability insurers who cover legal practitioners, is how they will deal with AI and AI-related risks and AI-related claims. It's not just about, don't just wake up as an insurer one day and say that you'll exclude the risk. Sometimes it's about how you manage the risk. So maybe someone listening to me now will think of something and will make a lot of money advising the over 200 insurance licenses in South Africa. That's short-term insurance licenses or non-life insurance licenses. But on that note, thank you very much. We will continue our interaction on the forums. Good luck. Ask questions. Do not suffer in silence. We are here to help. We are here to help grow with you and not to break you. So thank you, colleagues. I look forward to interesting interactions on the eLeader forum, and to you also sharing some insights from your own practices. I certainly do not know everything there is to know about liability, and I look forward to learning from you, and hope that at least there's one thing that you've learned from me. Thank you.